Hi, Sharon Nelson from Nelson Designs. I wanted to touch on a very important subject. We have clients come in all the time and they say, I'm ready to remodel my house, or I'm ready to update my living room or bedroom, and I just don't know where to start. So let's talk about a family room or a living room today. Let's talk about where to start, how to figure out what you're doing. A lot of times people come in and say, I think I need a new sofa, or maybe I need a sectional, or maybe I need 2 sofas. They really just don't know where to start, and I think this is a real common problem. So one of the things I tell people is, one, we can come out and we can measure everything, and we measure it down to the last detail. Secondly, you can measure it, but a lot of times you don't know exactly what you need to measure. You don't know the little ins and outs that will affect the placement of furniture. I would say a professional needs to do that. We need to start with the most important piece in the room. And in a living room or family room, that's going to be your sofa or sectional or 2 sofas, whatever it is that we're going to work with. We need to know how wide the wall is that it's going to be on. Where is it going to be on a wall? We need to know how deep it's going to be, or is it going to be too deep for you to be comfortable in? And the way to figure that out is to have you come in the store and sit on the furniture. You'll be able to see then, is it too deep? Is it deep enough? Am I comfortable on this cushion? Am I not comfortable? Do I want a higher back? Do I want a reclining back? These are things you won't really know until you sit in the pieces and you can tell for yourself what's good. Because a person can change out cushions, you can get something firmer or softer. That makes a difference, but you won't know until you actually try it out. You might say, okay, I just saw this gorgeous sofa online or in a catalog, and I think it's what I want. Is it too long? Is it too deep? Is it too high? Do you know how to figure that out? Those are things you really need to know. We had a case where a customer came in, a client came in, and she had purchased a very long sectional from a store in town that I would have expected to do a good job with her. She asked us to come out because she needed chairs to go with it, and she didn't know what she wanted. She needed a rug, she needed some art pieces. So we went out to the house and we measured. What I found was so amazing. The sectional literally took up the entire space on one side of the room. It covered a built-in bookcase. It covered from wall to the only walking area there was in the area, in the room. When you figure that out, there's no place to put chairs. You need to have room for your chairs. You need to figure that out in advance. What we like to do is have you come in and try things out, and then once we know what feels good to you, we lay it out, and we lay it out so that it is exactly to the size of your room. We can tell what pieces will work, where they'll work, and this is what you need to do. Whether you come to us or you do it yourself, you need to know the exact measurements you're working with. Let's say you're using a sofa like this, but you want to have 2 chairs in the room. Do you want them facing across from you, or do you want 2 of them on the side? You have to make that decision, but you can't make that decision without knowing what your measurements are. You don't want the chair coming up so that it's covering part of the arm here. You don't want the feeling to be so crowded that you can't walk around. You need to know your measurements. You need to know what's comfortable, and you need to know where to start with all of that. The next thing people have a lot of trouble with is what colors. What color do I want? Well, a lot of times they're told, start with your paint color. It's important to know what your paint color is. We don't want you to have to repaint your whole house. But it's important also for you to pick out a color that you're really happy with. Once you do that, then we know how to add the chairs, add the color and accessories, have the right rug, have the right lamps, and finish the room out for you. But if you don't have your measurements, if you don't know what's comfortable, if you don't know what fits, you're not going to have a room that comes together. When you come in here, we have it all drawn out to scale. We have the pieces of furniture drawn out to scale. And we have what we call paper dolls. So you can take that little sofa and move it around the room and try it different ways. So you can physically see it will work here, it won't work here. That's a lot different than what you see in a lot of places. The other thing I'd tell you is when you decide on a color for your sofa, that's going to be the deciding factor for what other colors you're going to put in the room. Do you like green? Great. Do you like it enough that you want to do it on the sofa? Great. Green's a big color now. Do you like it enough to put on your chairs instead? Or would you rather have a neutral tone and you pick up the green tones in your pillows, artwork, and other accessories? Those are some of the thoughts you have. Do you want a sectional? Do you want a sofa? I've talked to you about this sofa. Let's talk about a sectional. Okay, we just talked about a sofa. Let's say you're thinking about a sectional. Will it fit? Well, it depends on the format. Are you getting one that is shaped like this? Are you getting one that has an angled end? Are you getting one that has an extension on one side? It depends on what you pick out as to what's going to work for your room. And again, we go back to what we call our paper dolls, and we lay it all out and you can see if it's going to work or not. But we really prefer when we come out to your house and we measure exactly. That measurement is going to make the difference between failure and success. I often go into houses where people have been told they need a dining room table this size, or they need a hutch this size. And I look at the room and I know that there's no way those are going to fit in there and have room to move your chairs out. That's what I see in living rooms too. So let us help you make the right decisions. Let us do what we know how to do. Thank you.